Good morning everyone, today we're going to be talking about what is new in this update because there is a ton of stuff to cover. But before we jump into all of that, if you're new to the channel, I upload NGS content daily, so if you do play this game, I would really appreciate a subscribe as it really helps out the channel. Anyway, without further ado, let's begin the video. So the very first thing I want to go over is of course the keyword. The keyword today is we_all_mine_together. Alright? Once you type that, you're simply going to press escape, you're going to go to systems, you're going to go to get campaign items and receive item account. And once you're here, you're going to see David plays NGS, you get 50 star gems, as well as 3 and rare drop rate plus 25%, so make sure that you pick that up. The next thing you'll also notice is we also have the Phantasy Star Remix Login Gift Part 1, so you do get a build part, which is a poster, as well as a World Beyond the Sky remix, so that is a music CD, so make sure to pick that up as well. Now once you pick all of those things up, make sure that you actually apply the music CD because this is not a tradable music CD, you cannot sell it on the player market, so what you want to do is you want to open up your mag device, go to music settings, add, and you can add the music right here, and voila. The next thing I want to talk about is of course the Alliance mag. As you can see right here, I have the Alliance mag all set up and you can increase its stats. Now these buffs are incredibly powerful and they last for 24 hours. So as you can see over here, you can increase your maximum HP up to 10%, you can increase your total photon power by 10, you can increase all potency by 5%, and then as for the EXP, if we go over here to boost up, we can actually boost our EXP gain up to 10%, so we're going to do that. And then last but not least, we're also going to increase our rare drop rate, so we can go from 1% all the way to another 10%, and we're going to do that. So now you can see my mag is fully buffed up and it also grew in size. Now keep in mind, every time you do upgrade it, everyone in your alliance is going to receive a mail over here saying that X person has spent a bunch of alliance points, because remember, alliance points are consolidated together. So only the officers as well as the alliance leader can spend these points, but in order to earn these alliance points, you have to do alliance tasks. So when I open up my tasks over here and I go to my side task over here, you can see there are a bunch of alliance tasks over here, and every one that I complete actually gives me 100 alliance points. So you want to make sure that you go around and you complete all of your alliance tasks, and everyone needs to chip in. The reason why everyone needs to chip in is because every single day you will lose 1 level on each category. I don't know why they decide to do this, but it's a thing. So when daily reset rolls around, my HP up is going to lose 1 level. It's going to only give me 9% boost instead of 10% boost. My PP up is only going to give me 9 PP. Potency is also going to decrease to 4.5%. The EXP earn is going to go down to 9%, as well as the rare drop rate is also going to go down to 9%. So every single day as an alliance leader or as an officer, I'm going to need to come to my alliance spaces, go to the alliance mag boost over here and top it up again. And that is of course going to cost us alliance points, so you do need to stay on top of things as an alliance leader or as an officer. Now keep in mind, if your alliance space is open to the public, anyone can come here in order to pick up these buffs. So since I know some of you guys aren't in an alliance, or maybe you're in a smaller alliance where you aren't able to max out everything, I have set my alliance space to open to everyone, so anyone can come to my alliance space. All you need to do to find my alliance space is actually type in the alliance space number over here. I'm going to leave this in the description below. But what you want to do is you want to press escape, go to communications, go to creative space, and right here under space/alliance space search, you're going to click on this, you're going to go to A spaces, which is alliance space, and then you're going to input my alliance space number over here, as you can see right here. Then you're going to do search, and immediately you will find Banana Pancakes, which is my alliance spaces, and you'll be able to enter it since it is open to public and pick up all of those alliance buffs, even if you're not in my alliance. It's open to everyone. Okay, now another way to find my alliance is simply go to tag and type banana and go search, and right here it'll also pop up. So you can type any of these keywords. You can type keroppi, banana, or pancakes. Now do keep in mind the first letter of keroppi over here is capitalized. Normally I do not capitalize my name. However, let's see if we type it without capitalization. It still works. So basically you could just type my name, banana, or pancake, and you'll be able to find my alliance. Or if you just want to type in my alliance space number, you can do that as well. Just make sure that you are in the alliance space tab and not the creative space tab. If you're in the creative space tab, you will not be able to find my alliance because, well, it's not a creative space, it's an alliance space. Okay, now once you spawn over here, you're simply going to walk into the mag over here, go access, and then receive alliance mag boost. Again, you do not need to be in my alliance to receive these boosts. What you're going to do is you're going to click on this, and then you're going to highlight all of the different buffs that you want. Let's say that you want all of the buffs. Keep in mind, Each category is going to cost you 200 Genesis points. So you can see over here, I've got 78,000 Genesis points, but if I want to pick up all 5 of these buffs, it's going to cost me 1,000 Genesis points for a 24-hour boost of all 5 of them. I'm going to click confirm over here. So as we can see over here, it's going to spend 1,000 Genesis points in order to gain all of these buffs for 24 hours. I'm going to click yes, and boom. Now you can see it has refreshed all of my buffs for 24 hours and I'm good to go. Now with all that out of the way, I do need to stress the importance of accepting the alliance tasks over here and actually completing them, because again, your alliance is going to need these alliance points in order to upgrade everything. And on top of that, when you go to exchange for alliance badges, you can actually purchase Genesis points over here. You can purchase a total of 7,000 Genesis points every single week, which just so happens to be the amount that you need to get all 5 of those buffs every single day. Because remember, if you pick up all 5 of those buffs, it costs 1,000 Genesis points every single day, and well, you get 7,000 points right here from this shop. So that gives you enough Genesis points to buy those buffs every single day. So you really want to make sure that you do your alliance tasks so that you can afford all of these Genesis points. However, you do want to do a little bit more because you do want to pick up your 30 star gems as well. But now to talk about the level cap increase. Yes, we did get a level cap increase to level 80 now. If you are just progressing through your first class, it's actually very easy. Just do the main storyline because there is new story. It does require you to do a lot of errands. You do have to run around everywhere and kill a little bit of this, a little bit of that. It is a little bit of an hassle, but personally, I don't mind it too much because you do get more information about the world. There is some world building, some lore, some character development. So personally, I didn't mind it too much, but it will give you enough EXP to get from 75 to 80 instantaneously. Well, not instantaneously. The story does take like 20 minutes if you skip everything. If you are like me and you enjoyed and you watched every single cutscene and talked to every single NPC, it took me about an hour to do, but it does not take very long. And personally, I would recommend people to just take their time and just enjoy the story, since, you know, if you blast through the story, what else are you going to do anyway, right? But with the new level cap increase, we do have new class skills, and this really only applies to the range classes. So as we can see over here for the gunner, there is a long range advantage GU. Now the thing about these skills is, as you can see on the top right corner, it says SP0, which means it does not cost a skill point. As you can see right here, skill points, I have 0, but I am still able to pick up that skill because it does not cost any skill points. So make sure that you go through all of the different range classes and actually pick up these skills, because you can see right here, these are just free skills, and what it does is increases PA and technique damage to enemies targeting you. However, for the gunner, it's increased PA damage to enemies targeting you. The TLDR over here is it just gives you more damage, so just make sure that you pick it up for every single class, all right, or all the range classes. As you can see, the melee classes are not as lucky. They do not get anything special like that, but yeah, only the range classes got this special skill, so just make sure that you pick it up since it does cause 0 SP and it's just free damage. The next thing I want to talk about is, of course, the add-on skills over here. So when we go to generate add-on skills and we go to whatever class we want, you can see now we have generate add-on skill 5. Now, the biggest question everyone's been asking me is, Caro, how do I get the N Master Cubes? At the moment, there are only 2 ways to get N Master Cubes. The first way is going to your shop over here, going to the treasure shop and refreshing this and hoping that you do get the N Master Cube to pop up in the Macedo treasure shop. Now, it does cost 5 million Macedo for one of these, so it is incredibly expensive. As you can see over here on the screenshot, it is very, very expensive. So N Master Cubes aren't something that you're supposed to be able to get incredibly easily. You probably are going to need to rely on events as well as titles. And the reason I say titles is because when we go to task and quest over here, we go to titles, and right here when we go to quest type, you can see under urgent quest and mining rig defense specialist retem 5. You see right here, you get the title knight, you get 10 star gems, as well as 1 N Master Cube. Now, in order to get this title, it requires you to do mining rig defense retem urgent quest rank 3 or higher 50 times. So that is the only other way that I know of on how to get N Master Cubes. Because I see N Master Cubes over here, I am assuming that N Master Cubes might drop from mining rig defense, but so far I have not been able to test this as I've only run it 2 times so far. So for the majority of my average players, I recommend just using the add-on skill level 4. It will cost 100 of each N class EX cube. However, it guarantees level 15 for all of your different skills. So let's say that, you know, you don't have any add-on add-on skills, maybe they're all still level 1 or they're like level 5 or level 6, whatever, just farm up your 100 cubes and just immediately jump straight to level 15 and just leave it there until you eventually do have the resources to try to gamble and try to get higher levels. As you can see over here, my add-on skills are relatively high level already, but that's because add-on skills have been out for quite some time, like a year or a year and a half, and I've been spending quite a bit of money slowly upgrading this, and that's why I've got a couple maxed out skills over here, while the rest of my other skills are all level 19 and 18 already, so it doesn't really matter for me. Now, the next thing I want to talk about are, of course, the new capsules. So when we come to exchange enhancement materials, we go to augment capsules over here, and the very first one you're going to see is High Ret Domina. Yes, High Ret Domina is now available for crafting. It gives 30 HP, 3% potency, as well as 2.25% floor potency. This is slightly better than High El Domina in the sense that it gives you a little bit more floor potency and gives you 20 more HP, but at the cost of 4 photon power. So, personally, I'm still gonna stick with High El Domina, but if you do want that extra HP and if you do want that potency floor increase because you're using like a Tisha weapon or you're using a weapon that doesn't have very high crit chance, then the floor potency does have a little bit of value. However, for the majority of players, since most of you guys are like me and still using the Veshmel weapons, you don't really need floor potency because, well, you know, we've got 100% crit rate over here. The next capsule I want to talk about is, yes, you can now craft your Gigasmite 4s or Gigastat 4s. So if you do need any Gigastat 4 capsules, as you can see here, it will cost you 20 Gigasmite 3s, 20 Photon Quartz, as well as 20 Pentalite in order to craft 1 Gigastat 4. So just keep that in mind. It is not cheap, but it is a very nice option to turn all of your Gigastat 3s into Gigastat 4s. And last but not least, we do need to talk about Dreadkeeper 5. Yes, Dreadkeeper 5 is now available. You can farm for this from the new Dread enemies if you want. However, you can also just straight up craft them. However, it is incredibly expensive if you're crafting them because as you can see here, it does cost 30 Dreadkeeper 4s, 30 Photon Quartz, as well as 30 Hexakite. However, the stat gains are pretty insane. You get 60 HP, 12 Photon Power, 8% potency floor increase, as well as 3.5% damage resistance. Versus Dreadkeeper 4, where it was 50 HP, 10 PP, 6% potency floor increase, as well as 3% damage resistance. So, yeah, Dreadkeeper 5 is pretty awesome. However, with the current meta or how things are right now, you do not need Dreadkeeper 5 because we can't take advantage of the potency floor increase right now since most of us do have that weapon that gives us 100% crit rate, so this is a wasted stat. However, when the 10-star rarity weapon rolls out and if it doesn't give us 100% crit rate or a very high crit rate, then potency floor increase is going to become a viable stat again. Now, I'm sure some of you guys are trying to find the high level Dread enemies and you're like, Kara, I went to South Rotem, I went to Central Rotem, but all of the Dread enemies over there are only level 30. Where are the high level Dread enemies? And well, they only spawn in Makid over here, so you do need to come to this waypoint over here, and in this area there are Recon Gigantix, there are regular Gigantix, and there are also the Dread enemies, and you need to kill all of these mobs over here as they are high level, and that is how you get all of the better loot. Now, something I just noticed right now is this island over here. Was that island always there? Let us actually go visit it. So here we are, and yeah, I don't remember that being there. Actually, we're gonna go visit that right now. I can't believe I never noticed that. Like, what is that? Let's go here, let's float up. Oh, we might need the balls. Okay, let's pick up the balls. That's another thing that they've also added is they've also added this new mobility thing right here. So what is this called? I don't know what this is called, but these are the balls that allow you to teleport. And once we get to the apex right here, we're going to switch to first person view or over the shoulder view by pressing Z, and we're going to throw this. And immediately once you see that blue flash, you're going to hear an audio cue if you have sound turned on. You want to click again. So you see that? And I turn blue and I immediately click. Now you can hold down the button and just keep it hold, and then you'll be able to reposition or re-aim wherever you want to teleport. But in my case, you know, I just want to go up. So we can go up again and let us float up here. So let's get out of first person view and we can see there is a battle arena. What is this? I've never seen this before. Let's teleport here, teleport here. So you hear that wing. That's the indication on when you should click. or you can just see your character glow blue. The moment your character glows blue, you just left click or just normal attack on controller. And yeah, I don't know what this platform is for. This definitely looks like a boss platform though, but this was not here before, at least I don't think so. Maybe this is when storms happen? But then again, when storms happened, I've killed regular mobs before, or regular Gigantix, and they're always down there. There's like the Kelkundo, and after you kill the Kelkundo, there's the like the new T-Rex guy. But I've never seen anything spawn up here. So yeah, let me know in the comment section below if you've been up here and what exactly spawns here. And last but not least, they have added a DPS dummy to the game. So what you want to do is you want to come to Central City and you want to exit right here. And on the left right here, you can see that we do have a training dummy that is indestructible over here. There are 2 of them, and you can just go to town and just keep attacking it. And as we can see on the top right corner, you can see my DPS meter. As I'm just auto attacking, you can see the DPS meter going up. However, if you want to reset your DPS meter, you simply go /DPS clear, and boom, it now resets back to 0. So now you can continue to DPS. As you can see, I'm just auto attacking. I'm doing 5,800 DPS, so forth and so on. And the DPS meter goes up and down. Now, if the DPS meter is not showing, you want to go to DPS on, and that is what's going to show it. However, if you want to hide the DPS meter, you go /DPS off, and it's gone. So now when I auto attack, there is no more DPS meter, and I won't be able to see it anymore. All right. So for me, I like to keep my DPS meter on to see how much damage I'm doing, and then let's do DPS clear, so it clears out, and let us just do some photon arch right here, and we can see, wow, look at that, I'm doing 9,000 damage, I am so powerful. But the reason for that is because this is a level 1 training dummy, which means I'm fighting a level 1 enemy over here. I don't know if I can customize this. These are all level 1s. Are they all level 1 dummies? I guess they're all level 1 dummies. I don't know how to customize this, if we can actually turn them into higher levels or whatever, but nevertheless, they have added these dummies over here, so yeah, you can just attack these and see your DPS. But I don't think it's going to be very accurate since these are level 1 enemies, but at the very least, there's something that you can gauge your DPS and gauge your different combinations and see what combo does the most damage for you. Another thing I want to talk about is, of course, the item trader over here. When we open up the shop menu, you'll notice there is a new special scratch exchange over here where you can exchange 50 special scratch tickets for any item that you want from the special scratch. Personally, I would not use my special scratch tickets to exchange for anything here, simply because I'd rather gamble those 50 tickets in the regular special scratch, because when you're gambling over there, at the very least, you do have a pretty high chance of getting extra star gems. So there's almost a 16% chance to get 10 star gems, you got 3% to get 20 star gems, and of course you got the 1% to get 100 star gems. I would much rather gamble and try to get extra star gems while I aim for specific items that I want from the special scratch, versus when you come to the special scratch exchange over here, it just straight up consumes 50 special scratch tickets for a singular item. I would only do this if I'm incredibly desperate for a specific item, but personally, I do not think this is worth it at all. Another thing I also wanted to touch on is the Ark's Record Badge Exchange. You can see that we do have new weapon camos. There is the Rebel Coat Almaty CV, the Prim color variant, which is a yellow version. There is the Glisten Almaty, which is a purple version, as well as the Frostal Almaty, which is another purple version. So these are the 4 new different weapon camos, and as we can see over here, they do not go away until December 6th. So you have plenty of time to pick up all 4 of these weapon camos if you do want them. Now, something to keep note about the Glisten weapons as well as the Frostal weapons is they are limited to specific weapons. So for example, if I want the Glisten weapon over here, this does not apply to katanas. So even if I do purchase this weapon camo, it will not be applicable to my katana. And last but not least, Leah May does have a new task over here called Mission Major Target Suppression. This task over here resets daily and is per character. So if you do have multiple characters, you can run it on every single character and get these rewards. And and you can run it every single day, which is really nice because it rewards you with 10 growth mint. Now the task itself is a little bit of a tall order. It does require you to clear Darkfall Solace or Sign of the Planet Breaker. However, something to keep note about Sign of the Planet Breaker is the boss is level 75. Even with our level cap increase to level 80, the boss itself is still level 75, so we do deal significantly more damage to the boss now, and we take a lot less damage. He still hurts a lot, but we don't die in one shot anymore and we take much less damage. So if you were really close to clearing DFS, you can try again now, and especially with our level cap increase, it is significantly easier now. And of course, a lot of people have been asking me, Kara, what is the new armor? What are the new stats? And we do have an Octo Armor VO over here. So as we can see, Octo Armor VO, it does give you 4.5% all potency as well as 10 photon power. However, it does not give you HP. So the VO armor is basically, it gives you photon power instead of HP, and it gives you 4.5% all potency. And in order to get this armor, you simply run Mining Rig Defense. As you can see, the prices of these have plummeted like crazy because, well, you know, it's not that great. It just gives you a lot of photon power. And I know a lot of people are waiting for the new Gigantix armors or the purple armors. Unfortunately, none of them have dropped yet, so I don't know if they actually exist yet or not. However, give it a couple more days, and hopefully we do get some more information about that.
Special thanks to all the members for supporting the channel. It really means a lot to me. Thank you again.
But yeah, that's all I wanted to cover in today's video. Hopefully you guys found it helpful. If you did, I would appreciate a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye!